With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At the Memorial Gym, the historic Memorial Gym, you get a great game to get started off. Preseason 1 and 2 right here tonight.
Yeah, and that's Cat's Paws and the Coaches Association both have them 1 and 2, and this is a heck of a start, Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Heck of a start.
You know, I said at the house, you start thinking about some of the players you're going to see tonight. You've got some prime time 14th region performers going to be on the floor tonight.
Absolutely, and you talk about Coach Holland and Coach Honeycutt bringing these two teams in here. Guys, these two could possibly meet down the road 4 or 5 times this year according to the way the schedule goes with the YMT and the districts and how everything sets up. But a lot of talent on the floor. You take Caudle, Everso from Hazard, then you've got Spurry, Gross, and Turry from Breathitt. You've got some guys that's played this game some.
And, the big thing is Hazard pretty much gets everybody back. Breathitt County, they lost Bellamy, and they lost Hamilton. So that's 20 points.
Yes.
Where is Coach Honeycutt going to get those 20 points from? And, of course, Hazard, when you're talking about the dual-headed monster of Caudle and Everso, and then, of course, you've got the big boys inside for Breathitt County. You've got Gross and you got Turry. And we know that we haven't even mentioned Spurry yet.
No.
But just a great athlete.
Yeah, absolutely. And I look for the matchup here tonight. It's very early in the season. Both teams had football guys playing football. And so I'm sure the practice, as you guys know, football a little different from basketball. The conditioning is different. So this will be a tune-up game for both teams, I think, and especially the Bobcats to see what they've got to work on. Hazard, a lot of talent back that Manus mentioned early. I mean, really, they're a well-tuned machine they were last year. So it's just going to take time, and I'm sure both these coaches will get them ready because I think the preseason ranking was correct. I think by the kids back on each one of these teams, they should be ranked 1 and 2.
Well, and you got the dean of coaches. You got Coach Holland and you got Coach Honeycutt. Both of them's been through many a war.
They have.
And, their teams are ready and built for battle, and they're built for war. And this is just a small step. We might see some of them dribble the ball off their kneecaps, throw it over into the bleachers, might even throw it over here to Jim Bob during the game, even though we're up here pretty high. But, when you're looking at them out there and looks like Brian Johnson is the main man tonight, along with Brian Napier and Roger Fairchild. So
yeah,
it's a good crew.
Good crew. They'll work the game hard as they always do.
But, we didn't mention Ridge Beverly has come back to Hazard after being there for 34 games, as we talked about earlier, in his 7th and 8th grade. And how will he fit in with that mix, guys, is going to entail a whole lot here early and as the season goes along.
Well, the thing that I look at it, if Ridge can mesh in, he has the ball handling capabilities.
Right.
It takes pressure off of Caudle because, when I'm looking at Caudle and the Woods kid from Prairie Central are probably the two best pure shooters right now I've seen in the region. So to give him a chance to play off the ball a little bit more may really up his tempo because, the kid can fill it up.
Yeah, and then you still got Dalton Combs in the deep corners, improved his game, has multiple college offers lately. So it's going to make for an interesting competition here. And you got Joseph Honeycutt as we look over here in the left deep corner.
Oh, he likes
shot
to shoot
50% from deep. So how much can Joseph contribute other than that shooting we'll see tonight?
And you've got to realize Hazard has the Ratliff kid who absolutely just gets daylight, and he can also fill it up. So Hazard, plenty guys that can put the ball in the basket along with Breathitt County.
And the thing about it is, too, we haven't mentioned the two big guys, Kenyon Higgins and Tucker Johnson. Those guys are going to battle with Turry and Gross down here.
Boy, they had some battles last year.
And they really did.
They really swapped some paint down there.
That's a nice way.
Yeah, that's just leave it there in the post. But, these first matchup of the year, and, Honeycutt, they usually try to get up and down the floor a little bit. Coach Al, they usually really systematic. So it'll be anxious to see how both teams are able to execute what their coach wants them to day one.
Yeah, and we've always said, do you zone Breathitt County with Spurry and make him shoot it from the outside? And what I've been hearing throughout the whole summer was
he's worked on his outside shot.
And if he knocks down that three-pointer, it's going to be really tough for anybody to play.
And Manus, he's the kind of player that he's going to get his.
Yeah, one way or another.
He's going to get his. You just got to figure out how to keep everybody else from having those big games.
If you're Breathitt County, guys, let's talk a little keys to the game here. If you're Breathitt County, 3 things they must do. I think one thing is limit Hazard to one shot and not let them have multiple shots and keep them off the glass.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Low turnovers. They've got to have low turnovers. You get a lot of turnovers. You know way Hazard's offense is. You usually pay when you have turnovers. And another thing is go to the glass. Be the rebounder. They must be tough on the backboards tonight because Hazard can rebound. And now if you're the Bulldogs, it reverses a little bit. Keep pressure on that three-point line and keep them out of the middle because they like to drive, especially Spurry. He likes to go to the bucket. And limit the Bobcats to one shot, and because that's going to be big and key. A lot of turnovers and keys we mentioned tonight, but I think limiting to one shot and rebounding is very key. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be at the historic Memorial Gym getting ready for some high school basketball. Stay with us.
Just want to watch the game.
That turned on the ceiling fan. Use the gray remote, hit power, then input.
It's not working.
That's the silver one.
It might be difficult to understand what all the remotes on your coffee table do. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Next time, I'll just go to the game.
A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Memorial Gym in Hazard for our season open here on Hometown 24, and a big night it is as the Bobcats from Breathitt County has traveled up 30 miles the road to get to Memorial Gym to play the Hazard Bulldogs in the top region contested game right here in the opening night. I want to remind everyone tomorrow night we'll be at Letcher County Central for the Cougars and Commodores. Should be another good one over there tomorrow night. Guys, good crowd coming in here to the historic Memorial Gym.
Yep, and they keep adding more and more people here. Anytime you have a 1 and 2 team playing, there's people not just from Breathitt County and Hazard coming to watch it. It's real basketball fans come to watch this game.
Yeah, we've got an excellent crowd. See people from all over the area. Breathitt County brought a nice crowd in here today, and Hazard traditionally with their big crowd and support that they always have. So we're going to end up with a very, very nice crowd for tip-off here in just about 3 or 4 minutes away here at the historic Memorial Gym.
Just want to say something about the Faulkner family passing away, and he was 76-year-old, and mean a lot to the people of Hazard and the WSGS and those people. So the Faulkner family, my condolences for your loss.
The Bulldogs cheerleaders is trying to already get the crowd pepped up, guys. And if you look over on the other side, a lot more Breathitt County people making their way up. And
we've mentioned many a time, guys, that Breathitt County is one of the best fan bases in all of the 14th region as far as traveling to the games.
They do.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if it's girls softball, baseball.
Doesn't really. No.
You know, the Breathitt fans, you always know they're in the building.
Yeah.
They are very supportive of their team.
Exactly.
And thinking about Breathitt fans, Henry B. Combs, I hope he's watching in tonight. Good friend of ours, along with Frank Fletcher down there in Jackson, and our good friend David Ritchie on Route 30. Want to say hello
Earl
to him
Stevens.
And Big Earl, I know you're watching in, big guy, and we're glad to have you along tonight. And we're just a few minutes away. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, we're going to start talking about key lineups and the starting lineup. So you stay with us here on Hometown 24. A big basketball night to get us started here in Hazard.
No one likes an uninvited guest, especially when that guest is a potentially dangerous pest. So call Bluegrass Pest Management and let the pros take care of your problem. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, providing much-needed jobs to local people. With 3 locations in Hazard, London, and Hindman, they treat rats, mice, roaches, bed bugs, termites, and many more. Open Monday through Friday and now servicing all of Kentucky. Say goodbye to your uninvited guests today. Call Bluegrass Pest Management.
If you're looking for a convenient pharmacy location with a friendly, caring staff, look no further than Hindman Pharmacy, located inside the new Hindman Primary Care Center. Our pharmacy is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6:30, but always stays open until the last patient is seen. Whether you need to pick up your refills in our drive-thru, need a favorite medicine for your little ones, or something to feel better after a visit to the clinic, the Hindman Pharmacy inside Primary Care has got you covered. Located at 425 Hindman Bypass. Call the Hindman Pharmacy at 785-0513.
Welcome back to Memorial Gym. Getting ready to get this ball game underway between the Breathitt County Bobcats, coached by Jeff Honeycutt, and the Hazard Bulldogs, coached by Al Holland. As we have the officials that's made their way out, guys, and Boy, it's good. It's hard to believe, though, guys. We just got done throwing the football, and now the round ball.
Hitting the volleyball.
Yeah, now the round ball. So,
yeah, it went quick. I mean, you think about our first football game to the first basketball game. The blink of an eye.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But
he couldn't have a better opening for our fans on Hometown 24.
Absolutely. And it looks like Coach Holland will have a basketball coming out on the floor. And we'll see who gets the award here, one of the Bulldogs. Coach Holland has the basketball out there, and the coaching staff will make their way out, guys.
Hazard Bulldogs senior Evan Sean Eversole.
Evan Eversole has a 1,000-point, and what a high school career this young man's having, guys.
Yeah. The thing about he is such you never see him get excited. He just goes out there and he plays hard. He works hard. Doesn't get caught up in a lot of the stuff.
And the thing about it is, last year he improved his three-point shooting, which added to his arsenal and just made it really tough. Kind of like we were talking about Spurry, is that he's just a bulldog. No, I guess pun intended.
Yeah.
With his back to the basket or facing up or shooting a three.
Yeah, he's a hard matchup. Now, he doesn't have the explosive ability that Sperry has, but his shoulders are so broad and he uses his body so well that he's just a tough matchup because if you put a 5 on him, he can drag you away from the basket.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You look at Eversole, he's a guy that has that strength you mentioned, Jim Bob. He goes out to the 3, hits the 3, and then he goes inside, and then he makes a special move and puts it in the bucket. I mean, he's just all around player, and he's just special to watch on the floor. Coach Holland receiving another award here about his coaching career, guys. He's what a job he's done. 10 regional championships for Hazard, and now he's shooting for number 11. So he's going there. As we're getting over the intercom there. And they're talking about Coach Holland's career up through as a player some and also as a coach. And Manus, Coach Holland had a great career. He's had a great career. He's made a big impact.
When you've coached over 1,100 games and you've coached at Dilscombs and you've coached at MC Napier and you've coached at Prairie Central and you've at Hazard, it just speaks. Just, the people that's been involved in this program, either as a coach, staff member, or a player, has left an indelible mark on the mountains, Prairie County, and just mountain basketball just in general. So,
and he's been successful. I mean, he's a phenomenal coach. I mean, you watch his teams play, and he gets respect from his kids. You don't see back talking. He really, I admire him a whole lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was good to me when I was coaching at Letcher High School. I can tell you right now. Al's
coached a lot of players. He's been a good guy. He's got a lot of friends that played for him, guys, and he's got a lot of friends out here. We're 3 of them, and our staff here that's with us are good friends with Al. And he's just a great guy, and he's means well for all the kids.
Always be felt.
And I consider him to be a big-time friend of mine.
A commemorative ball and a plaque are some of the members of the.
And now Coach Holland will make his way out and
give it up for Logan Hall, Noah Neese, Andrew Ford, Jake Johnson, Tyson Turner, Jarrett Napier,
And Coach Holland getting an award, and it's well deserved. Put a lot of time in, guys. A lot of time.
In the 14th region in boys basketball history, Coach Al Holland.
Well-deserved award for Coach Holland. Put a lot of time in, and as we mentioned, and
Coach Holland emotional. He's not a very emotional guy. Means a whole lot to him.
Well, when you're heading towards the twilight of your coaching career, and you start becoming a lot more reflective, and the things like this start meaning a little bit more. Because then it becomes not as much about the wins and losses.
Yeah,
and you
the
see
relationships.
that it's the relationships. You're exactly right, and that's at the end of the day. If you've dealt with athletics, that's the most important thing. It is that I've gotten from it. Is relationships.
All of us.
All right, guys, it's come to that time. It's almost tip-off time here, so let's get the starting lineups, my friend, underway.
All right, and it's the Breathitt County Bobcats, once again coached by Jeff Honeycutt. And they're wearing black with the blue numerals. Nice uniforms. It will, of course, be, first of all, will be senior guard, number 14, Austin Spurry. Number 12, senior Braxton Turry. Number 20, senior Kanan Gross. Number 23, senior Joseph Honeycutt. And number 2, senior Aaron Stallard. Once again, the Bobcats are coached by Mr. Jeff Honeycutt. And Coach, now for the home standing Hazard Bulldogs. And here we go.
Starting at guard, a 6'3" junior, number 13.
Number 13, junior guard Seth Cottle.
At forward, a 6'6" senior, number 5.
Number 5, senior forward Evan Eversole.
Strong in the paint and can also go out and hit the 3 ball.
Number 40, senior center Kenyon Higgins.
At guard, a 6'2" senior, number 4.
Number 4, senior forward Nick Ratliff.
Ratliff, a shooter. Any 3 ball is a good ball to Mr. Ratliff.
And number 2, junior shooting guard Dalton Combs.
A young man that started improving right after Christmas last year. Big time, guys.
He definitely did, and he's worked on his game, on his ball handling. Just talked to him outside of Memorial Gym just the other night. And as we go, once again, the officials will be Brian Johnson, Roger Fairchild, and Brian Napier. These guys have called a state tournament in girls and boys basketball.
Yeah.
And
they have. They've been in it a long time, these guys have.
So looking forward to this game as Nick Ratliff will step in to go up against Austin Spurry.
Looks like we're ready for action here at Memorial Gym. Breathitt County and Hazard, and we're ready to go.
Toss up, Spurry gets the tip, goes back to Stallard. Spurry will set it up, and it looks like David and Jim, it's going to be man-to-man.
Yes, it is. Didn't expect really anything else this time of the year.
No, he not. And Combs knocks it away from Stallard. Might have got away with a walk there. Spurry out front, and of course Ratliff is going to back off, but he comes back up to him. 1-4 set, looks like a flex cut.
Breathitt County doing a nice job right now with their cuts.
Got the angle on Eversole, but it's blocked from behind. Rebound's going to come down to Higgins as he rolls and rolls, and they're going to call. And it jump ball.
I thought Turry made a good move there, Jim. I just don't know if he went hard enough as he should have after he made that move.
You know, and I think that's that early in the year. You're not used to that contact.
Right.
And, you know, in Hazard, they're strong in there. But I was very impressed with Breathitt's patience that time.
Yeah. And Turry went off his left hand, and Eversole was able to block it. High post going into Eversole. Looks the double team comes. Everso backs out, comes through, goes up, strong, and in.
You give him an alley and he'll play ping pong because he can score.
And, of course, he took him off the dribble and went in and put it in. Stallard out front with Combs on him. Going with isolation, back door, goes in and lays it in.
Nice cut by Spurry, Jim. That was speed.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Breathitt, when they're patient and wait for the play to develop and not take. Last year, I felt like they took a lot of ill-advised shots early in the year. Looking good so far.
Yeah, and it was one of the clear out for Spurry, and there's a whistle, and that's going to be a holding foul. Let's see.
Looks like Honeycutt will get the foul.
And that's going to be on Honeycutt. That's going to be team's first. Seth Cottle goes in, bounce pass goes to Everso, goes up strong, and that's going to be a foul call.
That was on the Bobcats, number 14, Sperry.
Really nice interior pass right there to draw the double team and drop it down to Everso. Manus, how do you defend a Hazard team that has this many weapons?
I think a lot of times you have to just kind of mix up the defense, don't you think, David?
I think you got to keep them out of the paint. You take your chances out deep in the floor than letting them, in the paint. But it's early in the season, and,
Both teams are just going to play just to get a little rust off, as Everso makes one of two. Shot 79% last year from the free throw line. Stallard bringing the ball up. Spurry with a jumper. Comes up short, rebound to Cottle. Cottle in the middle of the floor, go up with that patented 15-footer, misses it. Rebound's going to come down to Everso, spins, but there was Gross with a help, and that's a turnover.
Yeah, one mistake he made was bringing it down.
Oh, missed the bunny. Gross misses again, and it goes off Everso to out of bounds.
Boy.
But Gross beat him. He took off down the floor and beat Everso down, David.
And there's that timing and not shot enough. He's a football. It's going to take him a few weeks more to get in the flow.
Stallard running the point a little bit more so far. Combs on him, and it's going to be a foul on Combs. His first.
Look for Combs to be a big influence on this team this year, guys. He really come along last year, plays extremely hard, good shooter, good attitude.
And transformed his body, he's gained some good weight. Spurry goes up, off the board, and puts it in.
Yeah, that was a little too easy right there.
He's a tough matchup because of his athletic ability, the way he jumps, the way he handles the ball low and gets that speed going.
And I like a Honeycutt. It's clearing a side that enables him to just go straight to the goal. Everso with a jumper, misses it. There's Higgins with a rebound. Has nowhere to go with it, and comes Spurry, but he's able to keep with it. Cottle with a jumper, baseline got it.
Nice touch there.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful shot, David. I really like to watch him square his shoulders up.
Yeah, it's a nice touch, 16-footer and all net.
And
5-4 air score.
And who's to say that mid-range jumper is gone?
That's what I was getting ready to make the same comment, man.
Stallard goes in, loses control, but he tips, and it's going to be a turnover to Stallard. Stallard wanted to foul, and official Napier says, no foul. Pretty good basketball so far, guys. Pretty good basketball.
4:40 to go, first quarter.
Pretty good basketball. 1-4 set here by Hazard. Ratliff trying to beat Turry off the dribble. Once Turry gets a body on you, it's hard to do anything with. Oh, had Higgins on the back door, missed him. Nice screen by Higgins. Missed. Everso with a rebound and back in. Give him 5 on the night.
Nice touch there.
Spurry being triple teamed that time. Pump fakes, goes to Turry. And it's going to be blocked, but their foul's going to go on Higgins, his first. Team
May
second.
have wasted that one, guys. He come all the way across the court, and he was already covered, and he may have wasted that one.
And Turry will shoot 2. 49% last year at the free throw line. Makes the first.
(7-5) our score. First quarter, Memorial Gym.
Makes the second of 2. Looking to go backdoor that time, but Stallard had it. Caught off the dribble, goes in, knocks it off. Terry said it went off his legs. Nope. Bulldog basketball underneath.
You know, looking at both these teams, they match up size and strength pretty good.
Oh, power game there. Everso had it blocked by Gross. Terry with a rebound. Stallard looking up. Combs cuts him off. Spurry with a jumper from 3. Comes up short. Rebound to Higgins. Outlet to Everso. Everso with the avenue. Goes straight in off the board and puts it in. Give him 7.
9-6 our score, and it's been Mr. Everso show so far, guys.
Yep. And wasn't really sure his endurance tonight, but he's showing he's got it. Got away with the walk? Nope, he did not. And that's a turnover to the Bobcats.
Yeah, you can look at both teams, though, and you can see a little bit of a fatigue factor, just that first burst of adrenaline. And, you know, most of the kids look like they're just a little out of breath.
Well, you know, you get tired of beating up on each other in practice a little bit, and this is a big-time game, so you got a little bit of adrenaline
Yeah,
going.
it does.
Caught off the dribble, beats him up and under. It's going to be a foul, and I believe that's going to be on Gross. And it is.
If y'all noticed, first quarter, the Dogs have not shot many outside shots. They are taking the ball to the basket.
And, you know, one of the advantages of that is you get Gross and Turry in foul trouble. And Cottle misses the first of 2. 76% last year at the free throw line.
Now, how long will Breathitt stay in this man, do you think, before they go to zone to try to help out a little bit in the paint?
What do you think, David?
You know, I don't know. It's early in the season, and Coach Honeycutt, he might just want to stay in.
I don't know if you want to really show anything. Do you?
You know.
Stallard with a 3, and it's good. His first 3. Oh, Candy, no. Oh, God. Lockjaw with Candy, David Adams.
Good looking.
Push that over there, David. Get that away from me.
I want to thank thanks the Cornets for the candy. And
we appreciate it.
Yeah. I want to say hello to another candy maker. Ann Dixon, we know you're watching, gal.
Battle. Hazard's got it. And Higgins gets it, and he is fouled.
And that's 4 straight offensive rebounds.
You can't stay in the game like that. It was very important. We each team limited each other 1 shot. You can't give these teams 2 or 3
that was one of your keys, David.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't do it.
Higgins will 2, 43% shooter last year.
10-9 or score, and Higgins, I'm sure he's going to work on those free throws this year. Young man.
He had good rotation on his shot.
Yeah, he's improved in a lot of areas, Higgins.
Well, you know, he'll have to get into that fine stuff here now that football's over, and he makes the second of 2.
Yeah.
And that makes 6 free throws that the Hazard Bulldogs have taken already in the first quarter. Spurry off the screen. Combs switches and takes it. Spurry waving him through, clear the side for Joseph Honeycutt, and he steps out of bounds, turnover to the Bobcats. Trying to look for that flare screen on the skip pass, and it was there, but it was just a little bit high, and Joseph stepped out of bounds.
Coach Bill Fannin, don't see him in the crowd. He must be watching tonight. I want to say hello to Coach Fannin.
Everso with a strong move, misses it. Rebound's going to come down to Terry. Higgins goes down hard, wanted a foul. Goes to Stallard. Ball is knocked away. Stolen by Ratliff. Goes to Cottle. Spin. It goes out, and it will be underneath for the Bulldogs.
Yep, good play there. David Ritchie and Earl Stevens, how are you doing down there in Breathitt County tonight? I know you're watching, and we're glad to have you guys along. Bumper Adams up at Electric County, Route 7, how are you? Also, Sonny Frazier up at Jenkins. Tick Lewis at Whitesburg. Glad to have all of you along on this big basketball night.
Howdy, guys and gals. Caught with a three, misses it. Rebound's going to come down to Everso. Three for Everso, long. Rebound's going to come down to Spurry.
Spurry went high that time.
Long pass to Stallard, back to Honeycutt. Honeycutt's not getting any space on that three. It goes straight in, no call. Nope, he's going to call a block on Higgins. And Higgins is going to pick up his second foul. And that will be 3 team fouls as Johnson and Beverly will come in for the Bulldogs. And Ratliff and Higgins will go out. The ball is going to be put in underneath. Bobcats yet to sub with 42 seconds to go.
You know, right now, Hazard appears to be beating Breathitt to almost every loose ball.
Yep. And those 50-50 balls is in a lot of games is going to be the difference.
Absolutely, guys. You just said it right there. Under 30 seconds, first quarter, 11-9. Bobcats may be trying to go for one shot.
Yeah, and the arrow is also to the Bobcats, so they'll get the ball to start the second quarter. So Coach Honeycutt is saying, hold on. And he's pointing to the clear out here, and here we go with the clear out. 5, 4, Spurry up. Circus shot doesn't go. Rebound comes down to Cottle, and that will end the first quarter.
We played one at Memorial Gym. 11-9 score. Bulldogs by 2. Second quarter coming up. Stay with us.
This is the 4th app. I don't remember any of these passwords.
With so many subscriptions, it can be impossible to keep up.
Who said that?
Don't worry about who I am. Worry about all the money you're losing paying for all these subscriptions.
I have to use like 13 to watch all the shows I want to watch.
Then sign up for TVS. With TVS, you have all your favorite shows with just one bill. So stop throwing away money and throw away those subscriptions.
Magellan, what should we do with all this money we save by switching to TVS?
In Kentucky, we understand what matters. Family, friends, community. But sometimes, we hurt. At Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, we believe in hope. And Mountain's behavioral health professionals want to be there for you every step of the way. Together, we can overcome the challenges of depression, PTSD, addiction, and so much more. With behavioral health centers throughout Kentucky, your story of recovery begins at Mountain Comprehensive Care Center.
Welcome back to Memorial Gym. Second quarter getting ready to start between Breathitt and Hazard. 11-9 score. Bulldogs by 2. Guys, the Bulldogs have scored under the basket, and the Bobcats, well, they took a few shots out on the floor more.
Yeah, and, you know, I think largely you see the strategy played out by both coaches to start the game out. Spurry with the basketball gives it up to Stallard. Spurry off the screen, turns pivot, gives it out to Gross.
Had their man, Gross's pass too far to the left, and he couldn't get set again after it went to the right of him.
Spurry to Gross. Might have got away with a walk, and nope. And that's another turnover for the Bobcats.
You know, and it looks to me like Breathitt really is struggling to find that second score.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like.
And remember, that's what we've kind of said. You know, you're trying to find those 20 points. So where are you going to get them from?
Honeycutt's having a hard time getting any space for the three-point shot. Hazard's doing a good job of identifying who the shooters are.
You cannot give Cottle a 15-footer.
Not off that right elbow, because that's what's going to happen. 13-9 as we start second quarter. Spurry being guarded by Combs. Stallard with the long three, and there's your answer.
He got set up, guys. Got a good form, followed through, and he made the net move in Memorial Gym.
He's not a tall kid, but he's got good elevation on that jump shot.
And he squared up really well. So it's 6 for Stallard. Combs goes in, and he's bumped, and it goes.
Nice move by Combs on that baseline.
That was on number 12.
And Terry's going to pick up his first.
Chance for the old-fashioned three-point play for Combs.
Combs last year 83% from the free throw line, and it goes out, and Honeycutt with a rebound.
Thought he released that quick.
Yeah, kind of flicked it, didn't he?
Normally does.
Number 11 for Breathitt County comes in, and that is Peyton Collins. Stallard with a turn, goes up, throws it off the board, and he's going to get the call. And it looks like it's going to be on Johnson, I think. Yep. Picks up his first.
Hello, Dexter Camel up there on Route 7. Good to have you along, my friend. James and Judy Catherine. And Coach Eddie Gibson over in Pippa Passage. Good to have Coach watching along.
Stallard with the second, makes them both. 75% last year on the season. 15-14 Bulldogs. Johnson with the spin, nice move, and lays it in.
Yep. Nice turn. Notice how low he put the ball when he did have to dribble. Ooh. It was down.
Hazard wanting to walk in front of the bench. Didn't get it.
17-14. Combs has got the assignment, Manus, and Jim on Spurry.
And Spurry misses the three, Everso with the rebound.
I thought Spurry shot that in off balance, guys, that last one.
Everso back, goes straight up. Can't find any room. Nice job by Gross.
Good defense by the big guy.
Everso asking for the basketball again. 4 out, trying to go to Everso. He's got the angle, should have probably went up, but he goes on the other side and lays it in.
How many's he got, man?
It gives him 9. Long three, no good that time by Collins, and there's Everso. 1 and done on the boards for the Bobcats. Combs with a jumper, and it's good. Nice. Give him 4.
Nice 10-footer there.
And that's going to be a timeout, David Adams.
Yeah, I think that's a good timeout by Coach Honeycutt. Hazard's getting some open looks. 21-14 your score. Stay with us. We'll be back second quarter from Memorial Gym.
This holiday season, don't just deck the halls, tech the halls with brand new devices from Appalachian Wireless. All of Santa's good boys and girls are going to love this holiday deal. An iPhone 14, 128 gig for a penny with the unlimited or mix and match plan with a standard 2-year agreement. An iPhone 14, 128 gig for a penny. See Santa's little helpers at your favorite Appalachian Wireless location for details and tech the halls. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Welcome back. 21-14 our score here at Hazard. Glad you're with us. Coach Harold Combs, former coach of the Dilscombs Panthers. Manus Squire, we're always glad to have Coach Combs along. And Coach Combs of the Patriots, Coach Harold Combs. Glad to have both.
Hello, Ryan Farmer.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan Farmer down in Leslie County. And
Scotty Bowling.
Scotty Bowling. Boy, those guys, you can't miss them at the game. They're ready, no question about it.
It don't make any difference what's going on in Leslie County. They'll be there.
Yep, absolutely.
Timeout was called by Coach Honeycutt. Let's see what kind of adjustments he has made. And looks like he's got the same 5 coming back out. Hazard with the same 5. No, Trace Kincaid's in. He'll be guarding Spurry. And I was looking at, he had him there. But Turry goes up, off the board, and puts it in. Strong move.
Well, he used the backboard nice there to get that bucket, Jim.
And using his body to create that space. He's not real tall, but he just really creates space with his shoulders. And,
that's exactly right.
Yeah, strong kid.
Ratliff called with not putting the dribble down, as they call a walk. That's a turnover on the Bulldogs, trying to isolate Turry down on the block a little bit after the timeout.
Well, without Everso in there, it's a little different, your post defense.
And they're a little bit smaller, and Spurry misses it. Kincaid taps it out, but Collins gets it back to Spurry. He pump fakes. Nice job of Johnson. Nice pass, and goes in as Turry goes with 6 now.
Spurry, nowhere to go there. He found his teammate for the bucket.
You can do that when you got a 40-inch vertical jump. 21-18 Bulldogs with 3:33 to go.
Coach Mike Holcomb down at Breathitt County. How are you doing, sir? Glad to have you along. And we'll get to more people as we go. We got a big crowd watching the ball game tonight.
Johnson hands back out as Beverly resets and the call is made. Looks like double stack coming off. How long do you go before Everso comes back in?
You know, you're playing close right now, and you know, Everso looked like he needed a break when he went out. He was tired.
And that's going to be a charge on Seth Cottle as Spurry took the charge.
Seth got deep, really nowhere to go, did he?
Yeah, and you know, we saw Sperry do the same thing down there a minute ago, but he had the hang time to where he could find somebody, and that time he was on his own. And when you leave your feet down there,
it's kind of like coming back on the quarterback when he's scrambling. You got to get in a space where you can get the passing angle.
Yeah.
And we ask about Everso, and he's back in the game, and up comes Dalton Combs, and Johnson will go out. I think Honeycutt came in. Yes, he did, for the Bobcats. He came in as Gross went out. Pace is slowed down, guys.
Yeah, under 2:50 till half.
Spin dribble by Stout, gives it up and puts it in. Does Turry?
Hey, Stallard is really emerging as.
That's the person we've been looking for.
Exactly. I mean, that was a great job drawing the double team and finding the open guy, and he's knocked down a couple of threes.
Combs with a jumper, misses it, comes up a little short, tap. Beverly goes up off the board and puts it in.
Nice touch by Beverly as he gets that rebound.
And that's his first 2. But we were looking for who on Breathitt County could make a difference, and it looks like Stallard, either ball handling, shooting a 3, or taking it in there with a pass, is going to be that person.
Yeah, he's hit a couple nice shots tonight.
Backdoor by Spurry. Almost had Turry on the backside. Goes in, kick goes to Honeycutt, floater goes in. First 2 for him.
Nice touch by Honeycutt on that baseline to get in the scoring book, and he's a good shooter on the wings as well.
Yeah.
And he's got to show that a little bit more this year.
They've got to find, like you said, another scorer or 2 and be able to make the defense respect you.
23-20 as we get to that 1 minute and a half mark. Spurry not guarding Beverly out here at the 3-point line, giving help on Everso. Turry knocks it away. Ratliff squares it up, goes to Beverly, and that's going to be a 3 for Beverly.
Nice pass by Ratliff to set that up, guys.
Give him 5. Big shot by Beverly. He said, "You're going to have to guard me." And that's going to be a foul on the pass.
On the Bulldogs, number 14, Kincaid, his first.
Ball be thrown in out of the bucket on that foul. Bobcats will have it back. Minute 8, second quarter, 25-22. A dandy game at Memorial Gym.
Spurry didn't want that foul. He wanted the assist on the baseline. Goes up. Nice job by Everso going straight up. It's going to be a tied basketball, and it's going to go to the Bulldogs. Turnover for the Bobcats.
Yeah, you can definitely see the conditioning this early in the year.
And this gym is actually warm. And maybe it's from all the hot air that's behind us. But maybe not. 26-22, we're under 1, and Coach Holland makes a call here.
I think you'll see one shot, guys.
I think you'll see it going to Everso on the block.
Yeah, it will shock me if Coach Holland sets this up early. Of course, Everso's got the ball right now.
And he's going to get called. Turry is going to be called for the force out, and that's going to be Turry's second foul. So Coach Honeycutt saying, Gross, go.
Yeah.
Now.
You know, and you know, a player like that, which, you know, Everso's good both ways, but you got to cut off the baseline. You know,
but
you can't
he
give him
turned,
the lane.
you know, we said it was on the block, guys. Then he got the ball 19 foot faced up and then took it off the dribble. Ooh.
That was
close.
You're allowed to go back, but Everso on this side.
Goes up off the board, misses it. Rebound's going to come down to Spurrier, and that foul is going to be on
Falls on hazard number 5, Everso, his first.
Everso, and that's going to be his first. 33 seconds to go. Coach Honeycutt, will he elect to go for one?
Oh, yeah, I think so at this point.
I think so, too. I think he has set up here, and probably he's got good spacing. He's got baseline. He's got a lot of room out here in the open floor up top.
And Stallard here is looking to set himself up for a three-pointer right here if they double what Combs comes off.
12 seconds.
Goes back, kicks it to Gross, gives it up to Honeycutt, takes it with a dribble straight up. It's long.
Shot it
Beverly,
too
has he got
hard.
time? Yes, he does. He throws it up, doesn't go. And that will end the first half, guys.
Be sure to stick with us. Coach Matt Chandler of the Hazard Bulldogs football coach will be with us here at the Man Toyota at the half. We'll take a break. Be right back. 26-22 or score. Big basketball night.
What are you doing there, buddy?
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
26-22 is our score here at the half, as Hazard leading over Breathitt County. A good ball game so far tonight. Some good matchups. And if there's any other scores in the area, we're going to try to get those to you as well here as soon as we can. Our Man Toyota at the half, we have a guest with us, Matt Chandler, head coach of the Hazard Bulldogs. And Jim, I thought they were going to go 11-0, my man. At one time in the season, I thought this was done, but I have to say this, a very, very much improved Hazard football program. Coach, I want to congratulate you on a good season.
Thank you.
Had a great season. You had to build it back up. It was, inexperience and so forth, and it was down some, and you came in and went to work, and you did an excellent job.
Yeah, we wanted it to finish better, and, everybody's got to lose at some point. There's only one team that won't lose that last game of the year, but we were really pleased. We had some pretty high expectations of what it would take to put us ahead of schedule, and we met all those benchmarks. But looking at our schedule and what we had going into the year, we knew it was a challenge. But we were pretty pleased to be playing deep into the playoffs, and getting those young guys on our roster that experience to come back and make another run this year.
Right.
Yeah, man. I mean, I talked to you earlier in the season. I'm a football. I love the game. And X's and O's, always important. But the thing that I noticed, and I'd actually mentioned it to you, I might have messaged you something, is the culture.
Yeah.
And the excitement when kids feed off of their coach. I was always kind of that not too high, not too low guy. But I look at you, and, I mean, you're so passionate about it. Your kids played with passion, and I love that you came in. And the first time, really, I've seen that tempo brought into Eastern Kentucky. I mean, I've seen what Coach Holcomb and what they did at Breathitt, but the tempo game is a little different.
Yeah.
And you hit your spots with it.
Oh, yeah.
And I just wanted to commend you. And you've got a real nice core coming back.
We do. Yeah, we wanted to be offensively, we want to be really physical, but we want to play fast. I mean, kids like it. I like it. It does give you a very distinct advantage when you can play fast and have success, and just have more opportunities to make plays. We averaged 57 offensive snaps a game, which, has got to be way up. I mean, you're talking about a high school game of 48 minutes. That's a lot of offensive snaps, and we were right at 50-50 run to pass. And I think a lot of that stuff, we play a fun style on offense, play a fun style on defense, but they're both very sound. And kids want to play in it, and they're excited to play in it and go compete.
Well, when you can throw the ball around.
Yes.
Yeah. And you say, well, you had, in my opinion, there were some really good receivers in the mountains this year.
Yes.
But the slipping my mind, Gus, the possession receiver, he was said yards Gavin Johnson. I was saying Gus Johnson.
Yeah.
He was really good, but then you had so many other kids making plays, with the quick pass game and stuff. And
bring almost all those kids back.
Yeah.
When Gavin went down with the injury in the first round of the playoffs, we go to Williamsburg the next week for a tough game, and Connor Holbrook absolutely goes off. He has 6 catches for like 83 yards and 2 touchdowns, and is taking kicks back and pick sixes. We've got a lot of young kids that, one thing I told them going into it, I said, especially offensively, if this year goes the way we want it to and this system works the way it is, you'll have a Gavin Johnson who's got 1,000 yards. But we had Javion Fullwood who had 400. We had Connor who had 500. We had David Napier who had 200. There are opportunities for guys to touch the ball and make plays all over the place. And it helps us tremendously.
Well, how does it going to, having to come in and instill your offensive strategy, how much further will you be ahead of the curve next year?
Way ahead.
I mean, your terminology set, those things are all kind of in place.
Yeah.
So, I mean, will you be able to add even more wrinkles into your offensive game plan, or is what you see, that's what we're going to see now on from Matt Chandler?
So much of it is in the details. We're really big on verbiage and the way we communicate and call things, because from one year to the next, you know what you want to do, but personnel-wise and even within a year, a guy goes down, you don't want to have to reinvent the wheel to give yourself a chance at success. So that'll be the biggest thing, is just kind of digging deeper into certain parts of the playbook that fit our personnel. But, we've got a quarterback coming back who's going to be really good in William Shoptaw. We're going to, give him the keys to do more things with RPO game and things like that this fall that we didn't really get to last year with Max like we wanted to. But, no, we're just going to build off of it and dig into those parts of the playbook that fit our personnel.
Now, Coach, it's your off season, and I know the weight room is coming into play. And tell us a little bit about your schedule with your weight training with your kids.
So we actually met today, was our first team meeting, and I gave them the winter calendar, and we'll have the weight room open for them to just come in and lift, but we'll do 1 rep maxes on our core lifts and testing the last week before we go to break. And then on January the 6th, we're in there at 6:30 a.m. ready to rock with hands on a bar. And I told them today, I said, we're further along than we thought is the good news. The not necessarily bad news, but the reality is we got to close a really big gap to take the next step. And on January the 6th, we're going to get in there and try to do that.
Well, real quickly, and I love, because, I'm from a different generation than you, and it has amazed me when I talk to the coaches when I was AD at Letcher Central, what technology, how it has changed
Yes.
the way you coach.
Yeah.
To Sundays, Matt, I was getting up and driving to Clay County
Yeah.
or driving we were
To change
exchanging
tapes.
VHS
Yeah.
tapes. And I can go in, and I know Coach Kinzer at Ledger Central, he'd pull up the computer, they would chart tendencies,
Yep.
and I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how you all break down video now compared to back in the 50s when I coached.
So, you trade your last 2 films, but everybody always gets more film because, you're a click away on Huddle of, exchanging multiple films with people and trading and gathering film. And, for us, defensively, our big focus is, what are their top formations, what are their top plays, what are they doing in certain down and distances, and then offensively, we go in and tag all the formations, down and distance, hash mark those things to try and pick up on, how are they going to align to these different formations that we like based on down and distance. When are they going to send pressure and where are they sending it from based on all those things. And once you get all that data in, you can start to disseminate some really good tendencies on Huddle. It's just
amazing.
It's a big spreadsheet.
So you think
with
Jack
clips
Hall
attached.
and Coach Chandler and the older Coach Chandler and
Those
them?
guys worked so hard to do the same thing. They'd have 400 films broke down on
We
them.
appreciate you coming by, talking some Bulldog football with us, buddy, and congratulations on a great job.
And I want to apologize to the audience at home because I have to hand this back to Manus Blair. So I'm sorry you got to listen to him again, but here we go.
There you go, folks. Coach Matt Chandler, the head coach of the Hazard Bulldogs, and what a season he had to turn the Bulldogs around, and just a great job out of Coach. And he's got the Bulldogs working hard, and he will have them back ready again. Manus Blair joining us back in, and I want you to know Coach Chandler really bragged on you, Manus.
I bet he did. The biggest problem I have with Matt Chandler is he can't cook.
Oh, Dickie Adams is a good cook.
Oh,
you know Dickie Adams can cook.
Now listen, it's Diane, not Dickie.
Well, now Dickie can cook. I'm not going to give him a rough time. Hazard back on the floor. Bobcats getting ready to make their way. Third quarter getting ready to start from Memorial Gym. Want to remind everyone again, tomorrow night we'll be at Letcher County Central and Perry Central. That will be a little later tip-off because the number of games up there, there's going to be 3 ball games. So we're coming on about 8:15, 8:30 tomorrow night if you want to tune in to that one.
I think there may be a correction on that. But
Nice
backdoor Spurry, and he goes up, he's fouled.
Straight.
Nope, said straight up.
Yep.
So Spurry puts in his 6th point. Failed to score in the second quarter, guys. Ever so up, straight up that time by Gross. Rebound comes down to Stallard. Spin dribble by Spurry in the middle of the floor. Crisscrosses, kicks it back over and out of bounds. It was on the deflection.
Spurry got deep there, guys, and really know where to go, and the Bulldogs kind of bailed him out that time.
I think you'll look to see Spurry trying to be a little bit more scoring active.
I think he was 0 for 4 from the three-point line.
Yeah. And that's going to be a moving screen, and that is going to be a big call because that is Turry's 3rd foul.
Yeah. Coach Honeycutt, big decision here. I don't know if he can he doesn't want to sub him out because I'm going to be honest with you, Turry has mixed it up on the inside well tonight, guys.
And on both ends of the floor.
Ratliff looking in, still looking.
But there goes Eversole going right at Turry to try to pick up that 4th foul. Smart play, but he puts it in it, give him double figures, give him 11.
Gross may have to come over and guard Eversole and switch and put Turry on Higgins.
That's a nice move.
Stallard with a floater.
I'm telling you, Stallard's really impressed me tonight.
Gives him double figures, gives him 10.
You all was wondering who was going to pick up some points there. Honeycutt has a bucket, and Stallard has really come on with 10 points.
I heard in the background cha-ching when he had that 10th point. Eversole with a kick. Too low was Higgins. Kick out, nice pass, miss. Rebound comes down to Spurry, and that's going to be a foul on Eversole, and that's going to be his 2nd. And like you said, David, Breathitt County got to be active on the boards.
Yes, they do. We talked about that at the start of the game. Either one of these teams you cannot give 2 or 3 shots to. You gotta block out and take care of business and get the basketball.
Backdoor by Honeycutt goes up off the board, missed it. Rebound's going to come down to Turry. Kick out to that boy, Stallard. 3 ball.
Stallard playing a little music in Memorial Gym.
Give him 13 now.
Bobcats take the lead, guys, 29-28.
You got 21 of those points are coming from Turry and Stallard. Higgins looked to take the 3, thought better of it. Combs goes in to Higgins. He bobbles it. Gross comes up with it. Turnover Bulldogs. Spurry up the left side. Behind the back to Honeycutt. Spurry trying to come off Gross. Gross points him over, and here we go. 5 out by the Bobcats. Stallard crossover dribble and puts it off the board.
Stallard has been a big surprise here, guys, so far tonight.
I mean, that's a good move.
Timeout.
I mean, he put a crossover on right there, guys, and it was absolutely shook ever so on the crossover.
We'll leave it here. It's a 30-second timeout, 31-28 score. And if you notice the spacing of Breathitt, Coach Honeycutt has spaced his kids out a little more, too. And Coach Holland will have to, that's the reason I think you see the timeout to make some adjustments here.
Well, you know, you got the 5 out, and if you overplay the wings or the backside, what they do is go backdoor, and if your big men can pass it and you can convert it, something else has to be done. But that's a 9-2 run by Breathitt County.
Pete Carell out there.
A Princeton offense.
Yeah, hey, what do you think of a football guy knowing that, guys?
Did you hear that?
That's impressive.
It's impressive.
Lou Carnesecca passed away this week.
99.
Yep.
Sad day at St. John's. Everso gives it up to Higgins. He's low on the baseline. Gross is bodied up, and he blocks it, hits it off Spurry's head, and comes right back to him. Spurry in the middle of the floor gives it up to Stallard. Honeycutt back to Stallard, and there's Higgins in the passing lane. Steals it, gives it up to Ratliff. 1 against 2. Elects to give it back to Everso for the 3. Off the board. And good.
I think he called bank, so we'll take it, guys. 31-31.
As long as it goes through that net, it doesn't matter. Give him 14 on the night. So we are back tied up. Let's see what Hazard's done, guys, on the strategy. As Stallard goes up and knocks the 3 down.
Stallard.
That is his 4th three-pointer of the night.
And that was contested. I don't even know if he was really squared.
Trying to draw the foul. Caught on, misses it. Spurry with it. Goes to Stallard for the 3. No. And Spurry misses it. Rebound comes up to Cottle.
A little too strong.
Stallard was ready for that one. Might have been the most open he's been.
Yeah.
Everso with a 3, comes up short, didn't box him out. That's going to be a block, and that's a good call.
Yeah, I think so. You know, Turry had the right idea, but he just a second more, and he would have been set. And that was a good drive.
On that movement, he was not set, guys.
Turry will come out, and he'll have to sit probably 4 or 5 minutes of actual playing time.
Buddy, it's 3:42. How long do you let him sit over there?
I think Coach Honeycutt will let him sit as long as he can.
Yeah, I think that, you're looking at the point when they have to have him back.
Yeah.
But now that's given up a lot of size.
Changes the whole dynamic of guarding people. Everso going to the line, 1 of 2 tonight. Normally he's going to the line a lot more as he makes the first. Beverly, he will come in for Combs.
And, man, this is a very experienced officiating crew, and they've really let him play.
Yeah, and you got to. Makes the second one.
34-33, just over 3.5 minutes, third quarter.
Once again, 5 out here by the Bobcats. Stallard eyes it, tries to take off the dribble. Close. The Hazard fans wanting a walk. Spurry goes up, jumper, and it rolls in. Nice touch by Turry.
Spurry with
My goodness.
about a 12-foot nice touch shot and gets it to go.
His ability to elevate on his jump shots.
Nobody can.
And nobody else is going to do what he does in the 14th region.
No.
I mean, he's just a phenomenal athlete.
And you'll notice that Spurry is playing off of Higgins, and he's right in the middle of the lane. So Higgins does what he can do. He sets a screen, Cottle misses, gets his own rebound, body contact, and he'll draw two. And I believe that's going to be on Spurry.
Second foul on Spurry.
Spurry is Cottle will go to the line, 1 for 2 on the night. And I see Honeycutt's coach, his strategy is to let Spurry just be the help guy. Unfortunately, he got called with a foul there.
I noticed Coach is not guarding Higgins out on the floor at all.
No,
he's
but
not.
But Higgins has got to set those screens.
Yeah.
Once you're not being guarded, you got to set the screens.
Right.
Yeah, you can't stand there.
No. And, of course, that makes it 36-35 Breathitt County. Spurry with a slow dribble up.
Ratliff will have the assignment on Spurry.
And like Jim, I'm impressed, guys, with the patience of Breathitt County. Gross. Ooh. And it's going to be a walk.
Coach Honeycutt thought he only moved 1 foot, guys.
I'm thinking that he's wanting a moving screen on Higgins out here and on the handoffs. Coach Honeycutt, very sly and is not very loud.
No.
Caught a battle for the rebound. Everso comes down with it. And it's going to be over guarding on Collins, and that's going to be his first.
You know, Coach Honeycutt brings some kids in, and they play extremely hard, just like Coach Holland. Anybody these guys have brought in, they have played strong.
Role players.
Yeah, I mean.
They know their role, and this is early to know your role.
There's no weak coming to play with these guys.
Higgins with a rebound, as he set a nice screen for Everso. Everso shimmies and shakes and goes straight up and puts it in.
Nice bucket.
Give him 18, guys.
Bulldogs back in front by 1. Breathitt with a basketball.
Once again, very impressed with the level of play for the first game.
Yeah, it's kind of surprised me.
Yeah,
a
few turnovers. But Spurry up in there, and he steps back as Collins, and he steps on the sideline. Turnover, Bobcats.
Yeah, David, I agree with you. But, you know, these are the two more heralded teams in our region.
And they're very experienced, too, you know.
You had 5 seniors starting for Breathitt County, and I think maybe 3 seniors at Hazard, wasn't it?
Trying to isolate Cottle off of it. Everso comes off. And inside the three-point line and misses it. Higgins with a rebound out to Beverly for the 3, and it will go.
Nice shot by Beverly. Gives Bulldogs a 4-point lead. Breathitt County with the ball, under 40 seconds, third quarter.
Second 3 by Beverly. Honeycutt with a 3. No, doesn't go. Higgins with a strong rebound. And it's going to be Stallard with a steal. Gives it up to Spurry, over to Collins. Collins bobbles it, goes inside, goes up with a shot and misses it. Rebound comes down to Cottle. Beverly says, hold up. Coach Holland says, hold up. And looks like they will go for the last shot, and that's going to be over guarding on Stallard. And that's going to be his second with 10 seconds to go. And that's going to be a bonus for Seth Cottle.
Stallard's left ankle, he's got a brace on that. A little sore coming on. Maybe his knee more than the ankle. No, he's went down and
he's reaching for it, guys.
Yeah.
And Caudle rolls it in. Combs comes in for Ratliff.
Number 10 for the Bobcats, Brantley Campbell.
41-36, 10 seconds go.
A lot of spurts in the last 3 minutes
Yes,
of this
they
quarter.
have. Hazard with a spurt there. Bobcats still 8. Got time to get another shot off here, and Spurry goes the lane, and
there goes, he just came in and missed the 3, and that will end the third quarter.
42-36 their score. Stay with us. We've got a good one at Memorial Gym. Fourth quarter coming up.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with the click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
42-36 or score. We want to thank the administration here at Hazard and Eddie Browning for allowing Hometown 24 to come down tonight. We greatly appreciate that and everything they do for us when we are here.
Yep. And, you know, it takes a whole lot of people to put on a good game like this, as Jim knows and I know. And oh,
yep.
But you know, the thing about it is, guys, is this is just a preview of what we're going to have this year.
Well, and that's what's nice. You come out here, first game of the year, and this is the quality of basketball you get to watch. That's a treat.
Yep. And we didn't even have to pay to get in.
But that's even better.
Jim
My frugalness is well known.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Fourth quarter underway.
And Beverly out front. Going to run the cross screen. Caudle with it's true. First 3 of the night. Give him 12 on the night. Runs the league to the biggest lead of the night, 45-36.
And this is kind of, you know, for Breathitt, they can't take a bad shot. They can't take a rush shot. Still got to stay in the flow of the offense.
And failed to mention that Campbell had come in. He's the one that shot the three-pointer at the end. And Beverly goes to steal it, and it's going to go off the leg of Collins, and it's going to be a turnover as Beverly put pressure on the ball, knocked the ball off of Collins out of bounds, and it'll be Bulldog basketball. Isolating ever so in the block against Honeycutt. He dribbles it off his foot, lost, but Caudle steals it, goes up, and he goes.
There was a turnover where Breathitt County had the basketball and, you know, made the pass, and Bulldogs cashing in on the bad pass, guys.
And that was Spurry's third foul. Caudle with 14, misses the free throw. Had made 4 in a row in the third quarter.
This is getting to be a pretty dire situation for Breathitt. Going to have to get some points here.
Spurry with a kick out. I think Spurry's going to try to take over right here with 6 minutes and 52 seconds to go. And there it is.
You know, I thought that was good defense by Combs.
Well, you looked at not just that.
You know.
There were 4 defenders within 5 feet of him. They're sagging off the other kids to collapse on him. But, man, he's got such elevation on that jump shot. He can just hang up there in the air and then hit it.
We'll take a break. 38-47, fourth quarter. Stay with us.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
38-47, our score with 6:43 to go here at the historic Memorial Gym. Want to remind everyone tomorrow night, Letcher County Central and Prairie County Central. And Maynard said we got a sure time on getting started tomorrow night.
It's going to be at the regular time because they could not get enough officials for the
Okay,
freshmen.
so the game
It'll be 6 and 7:30 JV and varsity.
7:30 we will tip off instead of 8:30. So
that comes from AD Blake Mason.
There we go, and that's the man we needed to hear. And so tomorrow night, 7:30 game from Whitesburg. Six and a half minutes, ever so strong post.
And that foul's going to be, I think, on a Honeycutt.
Yeah, you know, they're both giving up.
Nope, I'm wrong.
6 inches, 5 inches.
And just a wide-bodied young man. It's just really hard to gather him. And Stallard yet is to come back. Hopefully he's okay. Cottle with a fake, goes up, misses it. Nice block out that time by Gross, and that's going to be a foul on Eversole.
Fouls on the Bulldogs, number 5, Eversole.
And that's going to be his third.
Team first.
Spurry up with a jumper, comes up short. Rebound comes down to Cottle. And that foul is going to be on Campbell.
Spurry getting his shots, guys, are just short, if you notice tonight. They're a little short from what he needs to put it over the hoop.
Yeah, and you know, if you got an initial matchup, it's real hard to get an offensive rebound after a quick shot sometimes. And that's going to be a moving screen, and that's going to be 4 on Eversole.
That was the right call. He stuck his hip out and just kind of hipped him a little.
And once again, that was that sly talk over there a little bit, saying you need to be watching for that. And that could have been the 5th, and it was a turnover by the Bobcats. Coach Holland trying to get Eversole out of the ball game with Higgins. Squat 3-pointer. Give him 21 on the night. Nice move and dunks it.
Now that's what we call a real high percentage shot.
That was 9.9 on style too, with the legs wide. See if that spurs Breathitt County. That Cottle says no way as he makes a 2 timeout by Coach Holland.
Now will Hazard slow the ball down a little bit now?
Well, they'll run their offense, turn over, and you'll see, I think, Coach Honeycutt try to gamble some here, maybe double the ball some, especially in the corners and down on the block.
But, you know, Eversole's going out. Higgins is coming in. So you'll see. I think the word I'm looking for is methodical on the offensive end. And, you know, I just don't think you're going to see much. If it's not Cottle, it's layups or it's wide open jump shots, free throws from this point on.
Who's made the big impact for the Bulldogs tonight, guys?
I mean, Eversole is. I mean, I don't know how many rebounds he's got, but how many points he got? 20?
21.
21 points. And I'd say he's probably pretty close to double-double, isn't he?
Yep. Oh, I'm sure so. Number 1, McGinnis is in for Breathitt County as Coach Honeycutt is trying to find someone to kind of spur them a little bit with Stallard evidently injured with ice over there. Honeycutt misses. Nice rebound by Turry. Goes up, misses it. Gross with a rebound, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it will stay underneath with the Bobcats.
Now, there's what the Bobcats have been missing the last 4 or 5 minutes is Mr. Turry.
Nice pass. It goes up off the board and misses it. Higgins with the tap. Combs comes down with it.
Turry got a good look.
Yeah, they've missed some high percentage shots.
Combs with a jumper, and it's pure.
That's made the difference probably in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Hazard's hit shots, and the Bobcats has not shot it so well.
Spurry up and under, and that's going to be a rebound. Comes down to Turry, and we've got a foul. I think we've got 2 fouls.
Foul is on Hazard, number 2. Combs is second.
And a flop is the call on Higgins. And that is a new rule this year. And after a flop warning is given, and that's what official Napier is explaining to him, as Turry will go to the free throw line for 2, makes the first.
You know, I really like that rule.
As Breathitt County fans are asking for a technical, and it's missed. Rebound's going to come down to Combs. Coach Holland says, let's run something here. Running the old flex offense here. Oof. And that's going to be a moving screen, and it was a good call by official Fairchild, and that was on Combs as he leaned into the defender, and that's going to be 2 on Combs. On that shuffle cut, you got to be still. And guys, ever since Stallard has gone out of the ball game,
scoring has been a little tougher. It has.
Nice move that time, and that's going to be a foul on Higgins as Turry took him off the dribble. That's his 3rd.
And the experience there from Terry, knowing that somebody else has to step up and make a play.
Stallard, I think he's got ice on that ankle, and let me tell you, he had a good ball game tonight, guys. Very impressed with him.
If he continues to play like that, that's going to be good news for Breathitt County. And Terry rolls it in.
Pure shooter.
Yeah.
4 or 5 so far tonight from the free throw line. Make that 5 of 6. Give him 11 on the night. Combs picks up his dribble. Yeah. Running the offense a little bit out here, spreading it out.
You know, Hazard's got a really good ball handling team in here right now.
And once again, they're going to run some clock, get good shots. Breathitt County, where Breathitt County down having to play defense. Had Higgins on the backside. Combs backtracks with a dribble. Goes straight to the goal, and there's a layup for Combs, and that gives him 9 on the night. Spurry with a 3, goes long. Rebound is out of bounds as McGinnis had the rebound.
Not had a good shooting night here early in the season, but it's early.
I mean, it's 2 weeks out of football.
Right.
And of course, he had the dislocated elbow during football, so it's going to take a while.
It's going to take him some games and some time to get back.
And a steal by Combs trying to get the ball to Higgins, and Higgins said throw it up a little bit higher as Turry got his hands on it. Combs doing a nice job on keeping Spurry out. There goes into Gross, and that's going to be a block that time on Johnson. So he didn't quite get there. 2 on Johnson.
Number 22, Johnson, his seconds.
Gross will go to the line with an opportunity to get 2 in the book for him.
His first 2 free throws of the night. Shot 59% last year. Makes the first.
I want to thank Darlene Cornett for dropping us some candy by the night, her and JD. We greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, as he eats some of it and doesn't offer any of it to me and Jim.
I don't want to interrupt your guys' thought.
Oh. rolls it in as Gross.
I don't want to do that to you guys.
Breathitt County picking up a little bit sooner.
Yeah, I mean, with a 12-point advantage here, I mean, they're going to have to really
and, of course, Everso back in the game. Beverly, and he rolls it in.
I don't know if Beverly has missed a shot tonight, guys.
He has not. He has double figures. He has 10. Not forced anything as Gross shoots a 3 and knocks it down.
Nice touch by the big guy.
You know,
give him 5.
Yeah, Breathitt's really going to have to start overplaying the passing lanes, and that's Hazard. It's a hard team to rattle.
Yep. And most of them are very good free throw shooters, so got to pick and choose who you're fouling. And Coach Honeycutt's asking him to come out. Combs with a 3, and it goes.
Combs has had a great second half.
Yeah. He's played really good defense, got 12 on the night. Spurry with the deep 3 on the, oh my.
Yeah.
Give him 15. Nice pass to Johnson. Johnson didn't have it. Elects to get it back out. Caudle goes through, lays it off the board, and he goes down for him.
That was a very good move by Mr. Caudle. And
back door that time, it's going to be knocked away as Honeycutt out of give and go. Ratliff is going to come in for Beverly.
Number 4, Ratliff.
Beverly, hey, played a good ball game tonight.
Yep. Terry up, missed it. Rebound comes down to Everso. And are we going with who we going with the player of the game?
Well, who's made an impact and played good defense tonight, good offensive structure, guys? I know it's tough, but who's done it all? The man with the basketball?
That's my.
Yep.
Mr. Evan Everso will be your Alice Lloyd College player of the game to get us started this season. And I think that's going to end the ball game, 64-51, as Everso will end up dribbling. Now, hey, it's a good played ball game, guys. Hazard got one roll there and put some big buckets in and got a little distance. But yeah, it was a good ball game. Breathitt was leading in this game in the third quarter. So it was a good ball game. So we expect to see another good game out of them after they continue to play. And Mr. Evan Everso will be your Alice Lloyd College player of the game, and congratulations to him. Jim?
Very fun game to watch, but I'm telling you, man, Hazard's got a lot of weapons, David.
They do.
You know, with Beverly playing the way he did tonight.
Yeah.
And, between Caudle, Combs, Everso.
Had 4 people in double figures, and if Hazard has that kind of balanced scoring, be hard to handle. Yeah. But understand the Bobcats are going to be still working. Stallard goes out, changes the game for the Bobcats.
And some early foul trouble.
Yeah.
Early foul trouble with Turry, kind of took away from it. But, Stallard with 18 points, we said how they're going to get their 20.
Yep.
There it is.
I can see why these two teams are the top teams in their region, guys. A lot of experience.
And it's everybody else to try to get to their level.
Yeah, everybody else try to get to their level. Want to remind everyone, tomorrow night we'll be at Letcher County Central for a 7:30 tip-off as the Perry County Central Commodores will come to town to play the Letcher Central Cougars. Hope you can join us for that one. For Jeremy Woolham on camera, Josh Cornyn on controls, Jim Bob McCauley, who can tell you anything you need to know, my friend. Maina Splar, and I'm Dave Adams. Hope you enjoyed our opening night of high school basketball. You all be safe out there. Again, 64-51 Hazard. We'll see you tomorrow night, and take care.
Just want to watch the game.
That turn on the ceiling fan